We made it! Happy Fired Up Friday, everybody! Let's fire it up! It's Friday. What a week! I hope everybody made it, and with zero stress, and everybody was safe. And I appreciate you all tuning in and sticking around. We got a special Fired Up Friday. I don't do them all the time, but when I do, I absolutely love it. And thanks everybody for doing their Fired Up Fridays. I got to watch several of them, and they're awesome. I've got an interesting lantern that I want to show you, and it's kind of weird. I've never seen one personally, and I just, you're not going to believe the score that I got. I'll let you know about it, but let's take a look at this beauty. All right, so right now it doesn't look like much. Look at the crust on this baby. It is definitely a barn find, and I think if there's any education I can give on this, this is a true barn find, and I'll tell you why. This is seized. This is seized. You don't want to go cranking on this. I'll show you how to deal with these two things without taking them all apart. You can tell that there's nothing, there's been no tampering around this. Even that screw, nothing. I also took a peek into the fount, and it's dry as a bone. And it looks pretty clean. It's not chuck full of tar. But look at this. There's no pitting on top of this bad boy. This is a brass fount. Obviously, look at this. This thing has got some stories to tell. It is a, what is this? American Gas Company model 3470. Why is that special, you think? Well, I'll show you. Oh, let's take a look at the vent. The ventilator cap. You know, it's got some trouble. Look at that. That thing's been, I don't know what in the world, stories that this baby can tell, but it looks like it was used as a hammer. There's kind of a love connection that I have to have with the lantern if I plan on keeping it, if it's going to go into the collection. Not all the time does that just happen right off the bat. This one, I'm feeling it. I'm actually feeling this lantern, and I'll show you why. One is because of the nature of the barn find, and I mean, look at that. Let's take this vent off, and I'll show you the globe is definitely cracked, and it was sold that way. It was in the description, but I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. It's still together. It's a Pyrex. Look at that baby. Can you see that? Nice, good stamping. I'm going to put some wire, probably some brass wire around this, hold it together. Let's get it out of the way for now, and I'll walk you through some interesting thing about this lantern. So down here on the base, usually this is completely wiped out. I mean, obviously it's got lots of years on it, right? But look at this. It's a single mantle. This is a full-size lantern, okay? This is not like the size of a 200A or a smaller lantern. Let me get a smaller lantern, and I'll show you the difference. And you can see, you see quite a bit of difference, right? Full-size single mantle. Oh, this is a black band, and a full-size single mantle. Pretty cool. The coolest part, though, is it's kerosene. See the preheater cup, generator, tube. Let's light this bad boy up. So back to my point about digging in and doing a full restoration. I don't know if I'm going to do that or not. I think I am going to pull this off, and I'm going to definitely clean the daubers, make sure that I've got good airflow in here. That's about it. I'm probably going to have to tighten at the pump. I'm going to show you a couple tricks when you get a lantern and these are seized up, and then we're going to light it up. Let's just pop this baby off. Set that off to the side. There's our little preheater cup. Isn't that cool? And take this collar off and get it out of our way. I think I might have to take the generator off. Let me do that. There. That's a fat generator. There we go. Looks pretty good. Set that off to the side. Now we can get this collar off. Easy peasy. Look at the crust on the top of that baby. We'll get that cleaned up. I'm going to take a wire wheel to this real quick. I'll be right back. There we go. So it's not going to be a full restoration, but it's cleaned up. And I got all the big scale off of it. And we'll set this off to the side. And let me go to town on this generator a little bit. All right, that'll do it. Just got the scale off of it. Set that baby off to the side. I'm going to put a little bit of oil. So I'm looking at this cap. I'm not scared. I'm gonna try it without putting a new washer in there. It's not likely that it's not going to leak there, but let's see what happens. Alright, I'll be right back. I'm going to give this just a little bit cleaning up here. I'm not going to get crazy with it, but I'll just get the scale off. It had a lot, look at this, that came out of the tubes. All this debris. But I got them blown out, rotted out, and I got this thing cleaned up pretty decent. Good enough for a burn, and I think it'll go. So let's set that off to the side. And now let's prep this pump, and I'll show you how to get these unseized without breaking them. This is a brass tank. And back to the love connection about the full restoration and all that. When you get an AGM, especially the brass tank ones, you just don't know if they're going to leak or not. And when they do, you know, it's not a good thing. So this was a $59 lantern. That's what the investment is. I picked this up on eBay out of Kelso. Oh, that's a really nice pump stem. That's really nice. Let me get this cleaned up. Let me get my torch. Let's take a peek down there. You know what? That looks clean. Huh. Maybe I don't have the... Maybe I don't have the right... Oh, that looks right. Huh. This is too coarse here. Let's take a peek. What I think it is, let's see if this comes out. I am now, there's an inner, is that going to come out? It is. So this one's interesting. I've never seen that before. So this has to come out. This is in the center of the valve. And that was stopping this from going down in there to seat on the outer valve. So let's try it again. You gonna go? Dang, giggity. Oh, it's too small. That valve is working. I can blow in. I can't suck out. So I think we're going to be good. Okay, that was tricky to get that back in there. It's brass, so it's not magnetic. And so it was kind of tricky to get that put back in there, but we got it.
You didn't shave again. You're getting bearded.
I'm getting bearded.
Are you intentionally getting bearded?
Yeah.
Really?
No.
I can't even imagine you with a beard.
I can't. All right, let's get this cleaned up. Me and the gang are
I
working on
didn't know
land.
you were taping. Stinker.
All right, so I'm going to pop this with some heat and just ever so slight, ever so slightly. Turn this. Come on. Yeah, so I can see it. Okay, so now it's rocking. Just trust me, you can snap this off right there, and then you're kind of screwed. A little more heat. You see it right there? It's moving. See that? I'm going to just a skosh of oil, and you don't really oil these. You shouldn't. They don't need oil. You don't want to, but I'm want to work it down there, and I don't want to break this thing off. It's getting a little better. See that? A little better. There, it's a little better. There, we almost got the full yum, yum, yum. Look at that. There we go. Went around. See that? So down is down, up is up. Down is down, up is up. So remember that. So there we go. We got that one loose. Now the same thing with the valve. The valve usually doesn't take nearly as much. Give it a little heat. Ooh, there it is. Now back. If you get a little go back. Go forward just as much. Nice and slow. There we go. That's it. There we go. Close that down. Look at that, baby. It's cleaning up nice, don't you think? Oh, I was going to show you something. Look at this. Right here, you can see just a little bit of the stenciling where it said kerosene only across here. It would be stenciled, kerosene only, right across here. Look at the brass coming through. Boy, I hope this thing... Up. I see. Oh no. I can see a fissure right there in the brass. Yep, I can see it. Yeah, and there's another one. So there's definitely there's issues with this font. Let's see if it'll hold long enough to put a little bit of air in there. Let's see if it'll even hold liquid. Let's do that. We got some bad news, but you know what? I'm okay with it. This is right back to the very first comment. You know, the love connection. I'm in between here. I'm loving this lantern, and I'm willing to invest in trying to find a good font for it. The love is there, but you know, I haven't put the work into it. I mean, not terrible amount of sweat equity into it. Let me clean this up. I'm going to put it back together, and I'll show you the fissures. Well, wait a minute. You know, I'm going to show you the fissures while I got the tank in my hand. I put some lacquer thinner inside this, and cleaned the font out with some lacquer thinner. I actually like using that. It dries really fast, and then it also will break down some of that shellac in there. And just by putting my thumb over this and shaking it, that pressurized the font enough for the fluid to start coming out. And you can see it now right there. Do you see those streaks? There's 4 streaks right there. Boom, boom, boom. There's more streaks than even what you're seeing there. So apparently what happened is they did not have their molding process, dialed in when they were making these, and they stressed the brass, and it didn't last the test of time. There we have it. Let me put this together real quick, and then we'll take a look at it together. All right, everybody. There it is. It's as far as we can go. That's a fail. $60 investment to play. It costs $60 to play, and we'll see what we can do. I feel like I've cheated you out of a light up, so we're going to light up this baby, this camp light. But also, notice the similarities. This is a steel font. This is a brass font. So I think what I'm going to do is look for a parts lantern. They're different. See how vertically up the fuel, and how they're different. They're definitely different, but they're also very close. So we'll see. We'll see. We might have to do a little bit of modifications on it. I'm not going to take this one apart because I love this lantern. Let's light this one up. Odd. You gonna behave? Wow, this thing is flood. Oh, I see. I got this open, and it's coming down. Okay, it's actually coming down from up on top, and that makes sense. That makes sense. It wasn't leaking from the nut at all. Could be a little spicy. Ready? There we go. Quit down here. I'm going to let that get hot. I'm not going to touch it. Keep this closed. Open this a skosh. There we go. Wow. Come and listen to this thing. All right. Well, I'm sorry about the disappointment. I promised you a light up of this beautiful American Gas Company 3470 Kerosene, and we found that it had a bad font. I mean, I don't know. Until I started polishing on it, I did not see them. My eyesight is not that great, and I actually looked it over pretty good. It is an eBay purchase. It was $59. You know what? I'm happy with it because I'm going to find a different font, and I'm going to get this baby going. It's just too cool. Maybe I can even find a parts lantern that's got a better vent. But anyway, I promised you a light up, fired up Friday. We've got the Camp Light RL3 rolling. Thanks for sticking around, and I'll make it up to you this weekend. So stick around, and we'll see you then.